If you're in your 40s or 50s and you start to feel like your brain just isn't working the way it used to, you're not imagining it. But here's something most women don't realize. The symptoms of menopause and ADHD can look almost identical. And my experience with my patients, for many women, perimenopause is actually the first time ADHD becomes noticeable or even gets diagnosed. Hi, I'm Dr. Karen Tang, board-certified OBGYN, and today we're diving into the surprising link between menopause and ADHD. If you've been feeling unlike yourself lately, this could be the answer you've been looking for. Here's something I hear all the time from patients. I used to have my life together. I'm really organized normally, but suddenly I'm losing track of everything. I'm forgetting stuff. I'm forgetting what I was coming into the room to look for. And what oftentimes happens is that someone has had ADHD all along, but they were so organized, they were able to keep track of things with lots of reminders and lots of alarms on their phone or schedules. And then suddenly, perimenopause or menopause happens, they get brain fog, and they forget all of their reminders and their schedules. So is there a link between ADHD and perimenopause and menopause? Let's dive into why this happens. And a reminder, if you want to learn more about menopause, hormones, and women's health, make sure you sign up for the Healthline newsletter in the link below. Perimenopause is the transition phase before menopause officially begins. It can last several years, in some women up to 10 years, before your periods finally stop altogether. During this time, your hormones, especially estrogen, are fluctuating wildly. And it's not just month to month, it's sometimes day to day. Estrogen does more than regulate your period. It boosts dopamine, the chemical involved in attention, motivation, and reward, and it modulates serotonin, which affects mood and memory. So when estrogen starts to drop or change perimenopause, these brain chemicals dip too, and that can lead to symptoms like brain fog, low energy, mood swings, and trouble focusing. Now here's where it gets interesting. Many of those are also classic signs of ADHD. To begin with, ADHD can manifest differently in girls than in boys, women than men, so it often leads to a delay in diagnosis for women. For girls, these ADHD symptoms often show up as the inattentive form of ADHD rather than the hyperactivity or impulsivity. Here's how ADHD is characterized. Primarily hyperactive and impulsive, characterized by excessive fidgeting, high levels of energy, and difficulty with impulse control. Primarily inattentive, characterized by difficulty with attention, organization, and focus, formerly called attention deficit disorder or ADD. Combined, both hyperactivity and difficulty with attention. Symptoms can include being easily distracted, losing things often, trouble starting or finishing tasks, avoiding things that require sustained focus, making careless mistakes, or poor time management. When estrogen takes a nosedive during perimenopause and menopause, ADHD symptoms can worsen or suddenly become more obvious. For some women, it's the first time they realize they've been living with undiagnosed ADHD their entire adult lives. So what can you do if you think this might apply to you? Start a symptom journal. Track your focus, energy, and mood throughout the day for a month. Look for patterns in how your brain feels, especially in relation to your menstrual cycles, stress levels, or sleep. Talk to your healthcare provider and get properly evaluated. If you're experiencing cognitive issues that feel life-disrupting, mention it to your doctor. Ask for a referral to a mental health professional who specializes in ADHD in adult women. Understand your treatment toolbox, lifestyle changes, adequate sleep, regular exercise, hydration, and stress reduction. These may sound basic, but even small improvements in these areas, especially sleep, can drastically impact mental clarity and focus. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, can be incredibly effective, especially when used in combination with medication. These tools can manage symptoms like procrastination, time blindness, and overwhelm in daily life. Stimulant medications can improve attention and focus by boosting dopamine, but may be less effective when estrogen levels are low. Non-stimulant medications might work better for some women, especially if you have anxiety, heart issues, or are concerned about potential side effects from stimulants. Hormone therapy may help certain women manage both menopause symptoms and cognition. While it's not the go-to treatment for ADHD, some women report improved mood, clarity, and mental energy with estrogen therapy, and especially it may improve brain fog, which can help with ADHD management. This option isn't right for everyone, so an individualized discussion with your doctor is essential. Lastly, find community, whether through support groups, online forums, or talking to friends. Sharing your experience with others going through the same thing is incredibly validating and healing. So what's the takeaway here? You're definitely not broken. This is incredibly common. And if you're in your 40s or 50s and suddenly feeling like your brain is misfiring, that doesn't mean you're lazy, losing it, or not trying hard enough. Your brain is actually navigating a perfect storm of hormonal changes, neurotransmitter disruption, and maybe neurodivergence that's been flying under the radar for decades. Getting a proper diagnosis, whether it's ADHD, hormone-related brain changes, or both, can be life-changing. And knowledge really is power. So the sooner you can understand the root cause, the sooner you can find the right support and treatment. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We post weekly videos to help empower women with evidence-based answers about perimenopause, hormones, and navigating life at every age. And we want to hear from you. Have you experienced brain fog or been diagnosed with ADHD in midlife? It's a surprising number of people. Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one, and you never know who else may be inspired by your words. So I'm Dr. Karen Tang. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.